It seems to me that the movement of the Americas and other continents continued after the last ice age, until the aliens left the Earth. We shall see, in our further study, many evidences of the close relations between the Americas and other continents in the past. In Selamel, America, there are large spider monkey-shaped paintings up to 100 km long, created by cutting deep channels in the ground. Paintings cannot be seen while standing in that area. To see the paintings, you need to look from a height, from the sky. Earthlings could not have made these drawings because ancient humans did not, and could not have the tools to open the channels that make up the drawings. Scientists living in modern times have not given detailed information about these paintings. To me, the paintings were made by aliens before the last ice age. They acted as a beacon for aliens. The aliens have placed their apparatus, wires or some substance in the channels opened in the pictures. In order to fly to our planet from some part of our galaxy, the aliens sent a signal to the signal receivers placed in the channels, determined the coordinates and flew in the direction of the Earth. People are interested in the fact that the pictures have different views. If aliens came to Earth from the same planet, then a lighthouse would be enough for them. In my opinion, the large number of these paintings is due to the fact that the aliens coming to Earth are from several planets, or that there are many different organizations coming to Earth from the same planet. These paintings are solid proof that extraterrestrials have come and gone on Earth, and that they have great influence on Earth. Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are located on a high mountain peak in the South American country of Peru, between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes without any greenery. Scientists say that these lines were drawn about 2,000 years ago by a little studied South American people. There are about 100 pictures of plants and animals on this red-colored plot of land, and many unintelligible straight lines. The depth and width of the excavation in Chacolin pictures are not the same. In some places, the depth of the excavation was excavated until the bedrock was exposed. The opened canals were filled with soil of unknown origin and composition. The total area covered by the lines is 520 kilometers. This area was studied in detail for the first time in 1941 by archaeologist Paul Kosok of Long Island University, USA. After that, the German mathematician and astronomer Maria Rika studied and researched this field for 40 years. Despite all the research, Nazca images and lines remain a mystery. In recent studies, new information about Nazca Lines, new information continues to spread. Some scholars say that the Nazca Lines were drawn for religious ceremonies. Others say that the lines drawn over the pictures were drawn to allow rainwater to flow onto the land. According to another hypothesis, the lines in the form of various animal images were drawn by extraterrestrials. I also have my own ideas about the creation of various plant and animal images in Nazca. By whom, for what purpose, and when? First of all, there is no participation of people living on Earth in the shooting of the pictures. I say this with confidence. They were created by aliens. First, they drew pictures of animals. I think that the fish was originally taken from the animal pictures. The aliens took this photo for their own purposes, but despite this, they did not intend to tell or show something to the people of the Earth through this photo. I think they either put wires inside the lines or filled the lower part with some kind of soil that receives the signals they send from the far reaches of the universe. The goal was to create a lighthouse. If we look closely at this fish picture, we can see that there is something similar to a nest on the underside of the fish's mouth. What is the purpose of drawing this form? It seems to me that the aliens, with the picture of the nest under the mouth of this fish, explaining that the fish brought the world to the world. Perhaps it was created from a fish, they deified the fish so that people would worship this fish, so they should not touch the image of the fish. With this, the aliens ensured the safety of the lighthouse they built. It seems to me that the aliens took the picture of the fish in the very ancient times, shortly after the last human race appeared on Earth. This picture of a fish was taken at a time when there was no religion on Earth, maybe 20-30 million years old. Among the pictures is a large picture of a tree. Its shape resembles an oak tree, which grows in many places in modern times. So this tree was considered sacred in ancient times and no one touched it. That's why the aliens protected their lighthouse by photographing it. This tradition, that is, considering trees as sacred, exists even in modern times. For example, among Muslims, it is considered a sin to cut figs, dates, and dagdagan trees. It is no coincidence that these trees are considered sacred. It is related to the benefits they provide to people. For example, figs and palm trees mainly grow in deserts. Trees are long-lived because their roots go deep. Fruits were mainly a source of food and life support for people living in the desert. Among the images in Nazca, there is a dog-like image. The depicted figure has 4 legs, a tail, and a second tail at the base of its tail. I have no idea why or for what purpose the second tail is drawn. I think this figure is a female dog figure. In all living things, the female gender is considered sacred. People also consider the mother who gave birth to him as holy. It can be seen from this picture that the dog was also considered sacred in ancient times. If the dog wasn't considered sacred, the aliens would never have photographed it. It seems that the saying, "a dog is a man's friend," that is used in modern times has been left over from ancient times. Maybe aliens brought dogs with them when they brought the last human race to Earth. Nazca also has a picture of a monkey. In my opinion, the picture of the monkey was not taken by accident. Apparently, in those times, the monkey was also considered sacred in human society. It seems that in those times, the monkey was considered sacred due to its resemblance to humans. Another of the pictures is a picture of a spider. In the picture, the spider's head looks like a human head. Due to this similarity, it can be assumed that the artist did not paint the image of a spider, but the image of a spirit. Spirits are also considered sacred. The goal was likewise to protect alien beacons. But we can also accept the picture as a picture of a spider. A spider is also a poisonous creature. It is equal to a snake according to the size of its poison. Picture 15. Nazca. Spider picture. The purpose of taking the picture was to warn people who come here to protect the area with poisonous spiders. This method was later used in many sacred places of the world. In sacred places created later, the image of the spider was replaced by the image of a snake. The image of a snake was used most in Egyptian temples in the world. We will see this in our next study. There is an interesting picture among the pictures. In this way, a living person was imagined sitting with his hands extended to the sky and his head tilted back. This creature is most like a baby. It seems to me that the child imagined in this way raises his hands to the sky and asks for help and hope from the sky. By creating this image, the aliens wanted to explain that the worshipper is holy and inviolable. They tried to explain to the old people that even a small child, who has not yet formed, knows God, knows that he is in heaven, and worships him. I think this picture was taken at the time when religion was just born on Earth, that is, before the creation of birds. There are many pictures of birds in the Nazca Plain, but these pictures of birds were taken after the birth of the bird religion on Earth, its full spread, its worship, and the bird was considered a divine power. At the same time, the aliens ensured his safety by building their beacons in the shape of birds. They were convinced that the people of the Earth considered the bird a divine, creative force and would never touch the beacons in the form of a bird. If we look at these pictures, we will see that the drawn lines never connect with each other. The line is drawn starting from a point and finally joining this point. This means that there was a high tension in the lines, which means that it was built for the purpose of a lighthouse. In the Nazca field, there are many lines in addition to pictures. A part of these lines played the role of drainage to remove rainwater from this area. Without them, water will accumulate in the field and disrupt the operation of voltage-operated beacons. But there are lines in addition to drainage lines in the area. If we look carefully at the Nazca site, we will see that the lines in question rarely intersect with the animal and plant figures being drawn. According to me, these lines were drawn by alien planets for 2 purposes. First, it aims to distract the human attention in order to prevent the drawing figures from being detected at first glance. Second, maybe these lines are symbols of some secret code that people don't understand. To me, these pictures were taken by some sort of hovercraft. It is impossible to take pictures standing on the ground. This is a hovering device, alien for that time. Aliens did not choose the Nazca site by chance. The site is located at the top of the mountains. It rains very little and almost no trees grow here. The area does not provide any benefit to people. It is not suitable for agriculture, but also for animal husbandry. In a word, this is an out-of-sight, unnecessary area. That's why it was the most suitable land for aliens to build their lighthouses. Lighthouses were the first simple lighthouses built by aliens. It can be assumed that the population was small and calm during the period when simple lighthouses were built. In the following period, the population increased. As human needs for life increased due to development, the relationship with aliens became more intense. Continuing the idea, religion was used to calm the escalating situation. They created a mysterious world in the Middle East, Asia, North Africa, and Egypt under the banner of religion. They created religious monuments, buildings, and pyramids that people in this mysterious world do not understand. After the beacons built in Nazca, fearing possible conflicts between aliens and humans, they built stronger, harder-to-blow beacons, i.e., pyramids. We studied the period from the time when the last human race appeared on Earth to the last ice age. At the time of this study, we saw approximately what happened on Earth during this period. Now let's examine the last glaciation period and the period after it. There is a divine force on Earth that Turks worship. Turks call this divine force God. Both this religion and the name originated from ancient times. Modern historians, religion, and scientists say that in ancient times, Turks followed a different religion, unlike their modern counterparts, and that the name of the creative force in this religion was God. I don't think so at all. Since the beginning of the world, the Turks, the last human generation, created the first religion in the world, the bird religion. The word bird is a Turkish word and refers to a creature that flies in the sky and has wings. Turks created this religion in honor of aliens and named it in their language. The name God is the name of a creative force, not a religion. This word is also used in modern times. For example, when the person in front of you worries you, you remind him of the creative force, stretch your hand to the sky and advise him to recognize it, that is, the creative force, and to fear God. Before we use the word God, we stretch our hand to the sky and show the location of the creative force, that it is in the sky. When the bird religion was created, people looked at the aliens they perceived as birds, as divine creative forces. They considered them gods. The main propaganda goal of the bird religion was to introduce aliens to people. The word know him, which was the main propaganda goal of this religion since its inception, was later rounded to God. The word God is not the name of a creative force. God, or rather the word know him, means know God. This word is proof that the Turks are the first inhabitants of the earth. Let's examine the word Adam and air, which is a very important historical monument regarding the introduction of the last human race to the earth by extraterrestrials. All nations in our civilization claim descent from Adam and air. Let's examine whether this theory is true. First, let's study the aliens that brought the last human race 100 million years ago, perhaps 25-50 million years ago. According to scientists, the Earth is 4 billion years old. We have studied above that the Earth has been exploited for billions of years. In this period of exploitation, the exploiters did not leave a deep mark on the Earth. I see it in the fact that the aliens exploiting the Earth are from different planets. Because they could not divide the Earth among themselves, the aliens could not agree on a single common base on Earth. The aliens have divided and exploited the Earth among themselves. The continuation of the operation was prevented by the freezing of the ground. The last generation of humans stays on Earth forever, growing and developing. We, the human race descended from Adam and air, have earned the name Adam because we were born on Earth. The word Adam is a combination of two Turkish words. The first word is name. The second word is am. The word name is carried by everyone living and inanimate all over the world. There is nothing in the nameless place. According to their character, appearance, and activity on the Earth, starting from the first man who came to the Earth from ancient times to modern people, all the names were given by people. But why did they add the word name to the beginning of the word am? Am in Turkish refers to the female genital organ. We know that every human comes into the world from the genitals of a female. Seeing this way of reproduction, the aliens gave us this name in order not to confuse us with people born on Earth. considering us low-class people or aliens.